What's up, everybody, and welcome back for another Big Easy Bets college basketball play of the day. This is for Thursday, March 13th. It's currently Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. We've already secured ourselves another profitable day, 2-0 start. We have one game currently in play. We're trying to go for the 3-0 sweep, so if we've helped you cash a ticket, you can help us by hitting that like and subscribe button down below. We were waiting on a couple second-round ACC tournament matchups to finish, waiting for some lines to come out. So we're feeling good. We're running hot. It's deja vu from yesterday where we got off to another 2-0 start. We've got 4 plays for Thursday. We're going to try to keep it moving in the right direction. First game, Indiana taking on Oregon. In the last matchup, the only matchup these two played, Oregon got the 73-64 win. But Indiana defensively held them under 40% from the floor, 24% from the three-point line. The difference here was some home cooking for Oregon. 21 free throw attempts, only 7 for Indiana. So that was the difference. It was a close game for the most part, but the free throw line discrepancy was too much for Indiana to overcome. Indiana's very inconsistent. This is Mike Woodson's final season. I think Indiana has the size down low with Ballo and Reneau to give Biddle more than he wants to have to deal with. So we're going to take Indiana here plus 1.5. I'm sorry. They're one of those very inconsistent teams. They might get down by 15 points, and then all of a sudden they come storming back. Goody, if we can get some outside shooting from him, I think they have some scoring options, but the size down low to give Biddle some trouble. I don't think that Oregon has enough on the offensive side. I don't trust Shellstad. So we're going to take Indiana here. Plus 1.5 is the first play of the day. Second play, Iowa State and BYU, a rematch from a week ago when we were on Iowa State, minus 8.5 on their home court. It was one of the stranger games. Nick and I were actually on opposite sides. We talked about it on one of our big game breakdowns. One of the stranger games where Iowa State, I think they forced BYU into 8 turnovers in the first 8 minutes. They had every opportunity to kind of take a chokehold on that game right in the beginning, but they couldn't hit a shot. Then BYU went on a remarkable run, and it looked like Iowa State was going to roll over, and then they came storming back from down like 20 points. This game ended up going to double overtime. Both teams just kind of got gassed down the stretch. Now you turn right back around. You've got Iowa State laying 2.5 points on a neutral court, which I feel like is a little bit of an overreaction here from how that game went last time. Iowa State went on 2 big runs. It was just the middle stretch there. I think Iowa State's going to ramp up the defensive intensity. They forced BYU into 29 turnovers. 29, that's not a typo. And they still lost the game somehow. BYU beat them up on the boards, and they shot it very well from the three-point line, which is what they do. But emphasis on covering the perimeter. I expect Iowa State to not necessarily win the rebounding battle, but at least make it a little more competitive than what they did last time out. But only 2.5 points. It's opened at 1.5, and some money came in on Iowa State pretty quick, I think for good reason. Iowa State minus 2.5 will be our second play of the day. Our third play, North Carolina taking on Wake Forest. We were just on North Carolina against Notre Dame. We were on North Carolina against Duke. We were on North Carolina against Virginia Tech. And we're going to be on North Carolina again here. We're going to lay the 5.5 points. I think the Tar Heels are playing great basketball right now. The big thing here is that it wasn't the best game from R.J. Davis and the other guards. It was Withers and Van Allen Lubin that stepped up. The front court stepped up for North Carolina. So if that can carry over into this game, North Carolina is going to win this game by margin because R.J. Davis is too good of a player to not really hold his own on the scoring side. Wake Forest, I just don't think is good enough on the offensive side. I know statistically North Carolina's defense is not very good, but they've been playing much, much better defense as of late, and they have a lot of guys with size, specifically Seth Trimble is a guy that I keep raving about in terms of his size and athleticism, so I think they can put him on Salas and make his life difficult. But if the front court's going to play like they did last time, I expect the guards to play better. So we're going to take North Carolina minus 5.5 as the third play of the day. And then our fourth and final play of the day, you have Louisville taking on Stanford. We were just watching the Cal and Stanford game, waiting for that one to get complete. We watched it start to finish. Peja Stojakovic's kid was going crazy, nearly willed Cal to the victory as a 15 seed in the tournament. Stanford did not look very good. Maxime Reynaud is obviously their best player, and he's pretty much their entire offensive option. I really like this Louisville team. I liked Pat Kelsey when he was with College of Charleston. Chucky Hepburn was one of those inconsistent guys at Wisconsin, but when he was on, he was really, really good. He's come into his own at Louisville, and if it wasn't for Cooper Flagg, Chucky Hepburn would probably be the ACC Player of the Year. This Louisville team plays very good defense. They shoot a lot of threes, but their defense is so good that even if they're missing from the outside, they're still going to be in a game. I was not impressed with Stanford's defense. I understand the bulk of the scoring was done by Stojakovic, but I just don't know. I don't know what they're going to do on the defensive side of the ball. And then offensively, I think Louisville's going to force somebody else to beat them here. So will Stanford have that somebody else step up on the offensive side of the ball? I don't think so. So we're going to lay 10.5 points with the Louisville Cardinals. 4 plays for Thursday. We're going to try to keep it moving in the right direction. We're going Indiana plus 1.5. We're going Iowa State minus 2.5. North Carolina minus 5.5. And Louisville minus 10.5. We're running hot right now. We're cashing tickets. We're going to try to keep doing the same thing. Hit the like and subscribe button. Good luck.